This next video is about, good afternoon. This next video is going to be about why older women hate older men being with younger women. When I say older, I'm talking about even, late 20s can be considered old nowadays with how quickly these women are moving and, how young they're starting. But anyways, the main reason why they hate it is because women want to be able to take advantage of whatever man they're with, and they know they can't do it as easily when they're when a younger woman's in a relationship with an older man. Now, granted, they have no problem with sugar daddies. Like, oh, it's an older sugar daddy that's just going to be dumb and give me money just so he can get some occasional sugar every now and then, possibly, while she bangs the younger dudes her age that she's actually more physically attracted to, or whatever. But that's the main reason. And then feminists will start this whole thing of like, the frontal lobe isn't fully developed until 25. You're a pervert and all this other kind of stuff. When in reality, like I said, the main thing is they know an older man knows women easier. Like much more, has more knowledge of the deceptiveness of most females. Not all, not some, but most. Most females, especially in America. So they figure like, oh man, like you're with this guy, he's going to actually know what to, tell you what to do. He's going to know that a girl's night out isn't really just girl's night out all the time. He's going to know that, if you're saying this guy's just a friend from high school, he's going to know that you used to bang him. Numerous other things. So that's the main reason why that no one ever talks about. Even most red pill channels, they don't tell that. Secondly, the reason why, very close second, is the fact that they're jealous and envious because the guys that are their age, that they ignored when they both were in their 20s, but now that the guy's 30 and she's 30, now they want to be upset because, dang, like, this guy's more established now. My vagina basically, has no traction left, like a ball tire. And I don't necessarily mean just the vagina, I just mean mentally and emotionally. Like, she's too damaged from multiple dudes dissing her for her to be a valuable asset as a wife and a mother. Because she's so used to partying and being out and riding different penises that is going to be too boring to settle down with one guy. Especially if you're a Christian guy trying to do the right thing. But yeah. So it's because they know a younger woman won't be able to control a guy who's older, and they hate the fact that now the younger women are their competition. So they think that, okay, if I use enough shaming tactics and call them a pervert and talk about some frontal lobe BS, as if the same 18-year-old girls that have OnlyFans, or that they're strippers, or they have multiple sugar daddies, sleeping with multiple dudes, partying, being flown to Dubai to get pooped on, that's fine. But the moment she dares get in a relationship with a guy who wants to lead her and build something, out the window. Oh, you're a pervert. Oh, don't do that. You're not mentally developed enough to handle being with a 30-year-old guy and you're 18 or whatever. When in reality, that's the reason why if an 18-year-old girl gets with a guy who's any less than, in my opinion, 5 years older than her, she's going to run circles around him mentally. That's what they want. Because a lot of times, like I said in another video, the only reason most women at least get in relationships is because they feel safe to be in a relationship with a certain guy because they can control him. Most women don't want to get in a relationship with a dude that knows how women are. They don't. They want to get with a dude who's clueless. So the older he is, the less likely, or the more likely he's had experience with several women. Even if it's not through sex, but just like enough dates and flaking and, the lies he's caught women in and the inconsistencies with what they say versus what they do or what they actually go for, then that's why they don't like it. They're like, no, your frontal lobe cortex isn't, developed enough. It's like, please, we're not falling for that, ladies, anymore. I mean, I never was falling for it, but the more red pill content gets out there, the less ignorant guys there will be. That's why y'all love saying, red pill guys are misogynists. No, we don't hate women. We want y'all. We want to have families. Or at the very least, date, hook up sometimes, even though I'm not advocating for just fornication, but that's what the majority of men want. Some combination or one of those. That's why we're vocalizing it so much. I have a wife who listens to me, who's attractive. She's a nice Latina, long hair down to her, what. So I'm not saying this out of frustration, like my situation isn't going well, so I'm just going to take it out on whoever else or go on the internet and rant. But I see my fellow brethren out there, and I'm not talking about race. I'm just saying just guys, period, of all ages. Especially the guys much younger than me that are trying to get something started with a woman so they can have a family. Because that's the motivation for a lot of men, is a family. A wife first and then a family. But it's like, if women are so masculine now and they're pushing men to be so feminine, everything's out of whack now. I see way more dudes in the passenger seat and girls in the driver's seat than ever before. I see women driving Jeeps, lifted trucks, sports cars, Dodge Hellcats, like they're dudes. Like the girls back in my day used to like buy like little Honda Civics and whatever. They wanted a nice little cute car, and then maybe their boyfriend or their husband had the lifted truck. Now women are turning into men, so now dudes are like, forget it. I see a bunch of dudes driving tiny cars now that are good on gas, I must say, versus the girls trying to drive the 4Runners, lifted 4Runners, and all this other stuff. But anyways, though, like I said, the original point, they want to be able to dominate whatever guy they're with, but they're less likely to be able to do that when the guy's older and has dealt with enough women to know, like, okay, something's up. But anyways, though, until next time.